what's up, everybody? Better late than never. I always say we've been hustling and bustling all day. Yeah, my man. We've been hustling and bustling all day trying to get things squared away so we can. He's back. So we could run this
We
show
in there.
tomorrow. So yeah, here we are, burning the midnight oil still, trying to jump on and chat it up with whoever wants to hear us talk about some of these fights we got coming up tomorrow. Mitchell Chamali and our matchmaker extraordinaire Richard Cox jumping in, who should be a regular on this program. Richard looking at his phone like Unc.
Yo, I'm looking at my phone like Unc right now. I'm trying to figure out how to go full screen. Whatever.
You were there.
But it's weird on my screen. Anyways. All right. So let's talk about this fight card. I got about 30, 35 minutes to talk.
All right, you want to start from the top?
Yeah, man. Let's talk about the let me look at the amateur card real quick and I'll tell you where we want to start. Start calling all fights you're excited about. I'm gonna find the card in the meantime.
Okay, well, obviously, then I'm going to start from the tippity top of the main card because the return of the animal is always something to be excited about.
Okay.
And, uh, he's facing an experienced guy, Val, coming off a couple of losses in the UFC, looking to make his way back, and where better to do it than right where he got started. So, looking forward to seeing him come back and put on a show in Orlando. We were just talking a little bit offline. You're saying he looks serious, he looks focused, he looks ready. He done had a taste of that limelight, and so I was talking to him at weigh-ins, and he was just saying like, "Yo, I feel like I'm back home, but I need to get back on the road."
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about his fight.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I'd love to have him back, but at the same time, like, get away from me, like, go. I want you to be in the UFC. And that's why we got a guy like Fati, because he's a bad man, and they're gonna get in that cage. They're gonna throw down. It's not a easy night for either of these guys. I think both of these guys are gonna know they were in a fight come Sunday. And they're both trying to get to the UFC. Pati's been on the Contender Series. So I know they're both hungry. They both want it, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited. This is like, for me, it's a dream come true to be able to have him back with us and get him on the card. So I'm real stoked to see what he does when he gets out there. Him and Pati, I like the guy. They're both about the business.
Yeah, it's a super exciting matchup and a fantastic way to top off a pretty phenomenal card. I'm
Yeah.
also the co-main event, Jordan Nash and Derek Babcock.
Yeah.
Man,
So, let's talk about a couple amateur fights first. Let's save
okay,
these hitters for last.
okay.
Um, I'll talk about how about the main event of the amateur card, John Morea versus Bashmir Winston. I don't know if I'm saying Morea right. I say Morea. I mean,
I don't think you have to roll the R with him. I think he's just
he,
Morea.
he never corrects me, so I don't think he cares either way. But I'm excited for this fight. I didn't think he was gonna be able to make 145, to be honest with you. So when he got 145, I'm pretty impressed right there. And like he said many times, Bashmir comes and throws heat. So with that being said, John likes to stand in the pocket too. I'm not expecting this fight to go 3 rounds.
Yeah, obviously the edge in just reps and experience goes to Bashmir. He's got a ton of fights, and he always comes out hot, and he's definitely going to slang and bang.
Yep.
And what we've seen from Morea is, like you said, he stands in the pocket. What he say at the weigh-ins? I have never shot on anyone in any
Yep.
fight.
Yep.
Someone on the
And
chat came in and said, like, "Oh, who's going to shoot first?" And they started chirping, and he was like, "I've never shot on anybody." So
Bashmir has. But it was funny when they're having this back and forth, because in my head I'm thinking like, Bashmir's asking him how many knockouts you got. And it's like, well, you got quadruple the fights as him. So you better have more than everything.
right, more.
Um, and Bashmir started off with a very bad record. Like, his first 7 fights, I think he lost, or 6 fights he lost. He might have won 1 in there. He's turned it around. Like, his record if you remove his first few fights, got a good record, man. He's fought some tough people.
Yeah, no, he has. What you got, Richard?
I don't know if his mic works, man.
Can you hear me? Do you hear me?
Yeah, you're talking. I can hear you.
Oh, nice. Felt like you were trolling. Yeah. Where you basically like, was mom.
I can't hear you, yo.
You got that? Yo, you got that razor? What kind of phone are you working with over there? All right. Well, yeah, at least you look good on camera.
We have to issue Richard some headphones.
I think it's his service.
No,
probably his internet.
Uno momento.
Okay, now we can hear him when he tells us to hold on. Isn't that funny how that always works? You can't hear somebody and then they say,
"Can you hear me?" And you're like, "Well, I heard you say that."
I heard all of that. Well, I guess we'll keep moving on fights, and whenever Richard gets that figured out, we'll get him to chime in.
I quit using a fucking BlackBerry.
So that's the undercard main event. Bashir Winston and John Morea should be an absolute slugfest. I'm scanning the card. Oh, another amateur I'm excited to see compete again is David Angel. He's taken on Lance Lopez, a much more experienced and undefeated amateur prospect there at bantamweight. That should be an exciting fight too. I got one guy driving, one guy at the hotel. A host of exciting fights coming your way.
Yo, why did it cut me off?
That was probably your Tesla that did that to you, bro. They're like, "Nah, you can't. You ain't just gonna be driving and streaming."
You know, you're probably right. All right, that was weird. Anyway, so a fight I want to talk about is Mike Bartolo versus, I think it's Disque. Is that how you say the last name?
It's like disc.
Disc.
Yeah.
Enrique Disc.
Enrique Disc.
Yo, when those two guys walked up to each other, and the first thing he said was, "You take steroids too?" Yo,
I didn't know that was said.
I was like, well, it was like two guys who get told all the time that they take steroids, but they don't. You know what I mean? It was that kind of like, you take steroids too? You could just see the look on his face. It was a little, yeah, it was like almost like I know you get that same shit because I'm looking, you look fucking crazy. But, Bartolo is that guy who can do like splits holding 135 pounds. He's a freak athlete, and his opponent looks to be the same. His opponent has the 5 Muay Thai fights. He's undefeated, right, Richard?
Yes, sir. 5-0.
Undefeated Muay Thai fighter. He wrestled, did well in wrestling in high school, I believe. I don't know if he went to college or not. I think that fight's got fireworks written all over. I think it's gonna be an insane fight.
For sure.
And what's their MMA records? 2-0 and 1-0, or 2-0 and 1-0?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bud. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, Disc is. It looks like he's making his MMA debut, and Bartolo's 2-0.
Right.
Yeah. Crazy fight.
It's a good one.
What number is that fight on the card?
Oh boy.
That's from the top. That's like 8th or 10th.
Okay. It's where it belongs. I was just seeing if it got put early.
No, it's a good 10, 11 in, like Ramsey said.
It's 13th.
Yeah.
My count might be a little off. I got one I got to take off of there. So I had Ben Stark jumped in on the chat. because he didn't join us on the program. He said, "What's your pick for best Ami fight of the night?"
Oh man, that is probably.
I think the one you were just talking about.
I think it could very well be it. It could also be. I think the girl
Laura
fight's gonna be
D.
really good.
Yep.
I
Extreme
think
Muay
Sierra
Thai
versus
fight.
the Extreme Muay Thai fight seemed really good, and that's some debuters too. Man, there's some crazy fights on the amateur side of things, and like it's a little unfortunate we lost a few fights that were also bangers. So
There's so many good ones. Lance and David, Dewan and
Lance and
Harvey,
David. Lance and David is
Clayton
going
and
to be really
Sebastian.
exciting.
It's loaded,
it's so
man.
crazy. I was looking at David tonight facing off, and I was like, "Yo, I've watched this dude turn into a man." Like I remember him being a boy, you know what I mean? And he was in there scrapping as like a very small kid. When he turned around and went to face the crowd, I was like, "This fucking man, this is weird." In a matter of like, when was his first fight for us? 3-4 years ago?
Oh man, it's longer than that. Way longer than that.
I mean, but like 15 years old fighting with us, and now a fucking full grown ass man. It's like it's crazy to see. 7-2. 7's another one of those guys that's like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's been cool to see our cards kind of turn over, where guys that were amateurs for the last card, now they're the pros, and they're moving their way up to be like our co-main events and stuff like that. Another thing that Jordan Nash said at weigh-ins, he was like, "I was coming when I was 19, like 10 years ago."
Yeah.
So some of these guys have been on the horse for a long time. It's cool to see that progression, and especially whenever they started when they were 15 or 16 taking kickboxing matches, and now amateurs working their way up.
That's a really rewarding part of all of this. It's like just watching these kids turn into fucking men and like end up. I can't wait till we have one that goes all the way to the UFC. Like I know that's gonna happen. Like we got some talent. Like he's talking about some talented guys we got. Man, some of these kids are gonna make it. That's gonna be a crazy feeling. That's gonna be unreal.
Juan said, "Mitch, don't die." He heard your car chirping.
No, that's my lane control shit. This thing don't play, man. You get too close to that edge, and it's telling you don't die.
So yeah, I mean, the whole amateur card looks stacked, and there was some quite a bit of intensity at the face-offs between a bunch of these folks. Certainly with the pros, but even with a few of the amateurs. One of the guys that showed up late that we did the photos like with at the end, he was giving the crazy eye. If you saw in his face off, he was like, it got worse. I was when I was editing the photos, I was going through them, and it starts kind of just like steely eyed, and then it turns into.
You don't remember who it was?
Let me see. I'll pull it up.
Wait, what? Someone did what now?
He got the crazy eye as the face-off went on.
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm so intrigued now. Man, I'm like, I pulled the card up, looked at it. It's like, you got a stacked amateur card when your second fight of the night is extreme kickboxing.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
It was this guy. As their face-off started, not he wasn't looking at him like in a soft way at all, but as it progressed, it just got like his eyes got bigger and bigger. It's like, oh, you looking at me like you want to do something.
I'm completely tortured now, not knowing who it is.
One of the guys that.
One of the last two?
Yeah, one of the last two.
Maybe Ramos and Langford.
Yeah. It was Donnell Langford.
Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look who else we got jumping in.
Oh, hello. How are you, my friends?
What's up, man? We were just talking about some of the fights on the amateur card, highlighting some of
Who
the
you
ones.
like? Who you like, Benjamin?
Oh, let me get my wits about me. I just got home from the work. Honestly, I know David Angel, big fan of his. I called one of his kickboxing fights in St. Augustine. He was very, very impressive. I'm excited to see what he does pretty much at any point. Every time I see his name, I know we're in for a show.
He's fighting a tough ass kid too. Lance Lopez is
Damn.
durable and down to scrap.
Is this a MMA fight or Muay Thai fight?
MMA.
Man, 1-0 versus 4-0. Kid's got balls.
Right. Well, David has. I don't know.
Quite a background in striking. Yeah.
A lot of Muay Thai kickboxing.
Yeah.
But he showed off some good counter wrestling last fight and some pretty good jiu-jitsu against a tough kid. So he looks to be the truth.
Yeah, man. That whole squad, that AMAA squad, those guys are tough, man. Both of their guys took on the Machida boys and had a hell of a scrap taking dubs in those.
Yeah.
You know, that's a hell of a lineage to be taken head on. And I think it was everyone's debut. I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
No, they weren't all debuts. Second fights though.
Okay.
Oh, just
Well,
the
Machida's.
were
Yeah,
debuts.
it was their debut. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Richard, looks like Mitchell must have got that Mint Mobile from you.
Nah, I'm doing I'm getting the pictures ready. I'm multitasking, you guys.
I'm steady juggling my phone and looking at y'all, and it's like me and Mitch don't stop working, even when we're doing this.
Can't stop, won't stop, baby. You get down, baby.
Trying to find a 125-pound man to step up so this kid can fight tomorrow.
Yeah, let's talk about that. We had a bunch of like minor issues tonight.
It's
crazy how many people, they think they want to do this until it's time to do it.
I mean, that's when shit gets real, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
We got a couple of humorous moments at the weigh-ins. Yeah, let me pull up one of those. This one was.
Yeah, he just that's not Rodriguez. That's not Eric.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Is Cody Judd on the card?
You're not Eric Rodriguez.
Yo, this was amazing.
Am I wrong?
This is
I'm
amazing.
sorry, man. Can I see some ID? Make sure.
Dude,
Can we see some ID? Make sure.
that's crazy.
Hey man, don't show your ID to anybody with the police. You know what I'm saying? The police in the state.
You been doing some searching and don't know?
I mean,
Bruh.
it seems like an honest mistake, but like, is that low key like racist or something?
I mean, it might be a little racist, but
A little unintentional racism.
I laid her down already. I don't know if you want to tell her good night or.
I don't know
I'll
what
come
you
in here in a
call
second.
that.
That was
Man,
funny.
he didn't seem all that embarrassed. He was like, "Oh shit, that's on me."
It didn't make sense to me because right before that, people were coming up to me and saying that they were implying to me that Steven thought that he was supposed to be fighting Luis Perez. So, of course, I'm just like, well, you signed a fucking contract. You had a tapology for Eric Rodriguez. So I got the information backwards, which made it double funny.
Juan said he was about to call Tom Homan on him. He did hold that sign up at his last fight. The weigh-in said, "Don't deport me."
Yeah,
That kid's an entertainer.
Luis Perez did that, not Eric Rodriguez.
but they do look. I mean,
Don't do it, Mitch.
hey, I'm Hispanic, bro. I can say my people look alike. They do look alike.
I don't know. You were looking pretty confused when they were speaking that Spanish at the weigh-in.
Nah, I was listening intently. I just glasses on. When I had them glasses on, I gotta lock in.
Oh, that's right. You get in your.
Lock in mode, baby. And focus. I knew mostly what they were talking about. I couldn't talk to them, but I could definitely understand them.
Man,
Yo,
when
did
that
Steve-
talking shit.
Yes, they were definitely talking shit.
We need a translator in your Google glasses.
Oh, we have it. We have we have Angel in the glasses, but
Perfect. As long as it gets done.
it's close.
Yo, when the Temple crew and Acosta were talking about the rules, I didn't understand shit that was said between those 8 people except Bare Knuckle. I was oh, well, I know what's going on now.
Wait, are you having a bare knuckle fight?
No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
The coach was proposing it.
Man. Nope.
Man,
My battery's running out of my computer. Let me plug it up.
Let's talk about Kevin Hine and Jordan Moore. Yo, that face off, super intense. Jordan ends up slapping him on the back. It was loud. Can anyone else agree with me that was loud?
Oh, dude, that video was super loud.
It did seem excessive.
Okay.
I mean, he could have just had the right cupping of the hand, you know?
Yeah.
It didn't seem ill-intended.
It was
no,
just
I don't
like
think he was trying.
It was sunning him. Like, at a boy, maybe not sunning him.
I mean, yeah, that's likely.
Kevin Hines always intense, and you look like you were about to catch a stray, Mitchell.
I know, man.
Yeah, when
Listen,
you brought
I
it
was
up,
not.
he turned to you quick.
He said, "Who slapped who?" or something like that, or he said something, and I was like, "Not me." That's all I know. Not me.
I didn't do it.
Damn, Hines just running through the whole combat crew for punking us out.
That's right. He got miles too, didn't he?
I'm gonna tell him to
He
get
did.
you tomorrow.
Mitch was just trying to. Mitch was trying to break him and make him smile, and he wasn't having it.
No,
Was he screaming this
Nah,
time?
he wasn't, bro. No,
he just seemed like business. Like he's there for business.
He is intense as hell.
Yeah.
Look at Mitch cheesed up.
Who, me?
Yeah, look at you.
Are you putting the picture on the screen right now? Hold on.
When he's
Let me
looking
stop
back
making this
at you.
post. Yo, man, that's an intense dude, bro.
Yeah,
I want to see if he can keep that intensity for 3 rounds, though. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, that's a hard pace to keep up for a minute or two.
For
let
sure.
alone
Jordan
more
Moore,
than a round. Especially
Jordan Moore's a
5
black
minutes.
belt. Jordan Moore's a black belt boxing experience. I mean, this fight, I don't think this fight. This is definitely Kevin's toughest test to date.
Yeah.
This is I'm excited for this fight. There's a lot of intriguing little things because most of the time he takes it to the ground and he wins with a submission on the ground. Well, goes to the ground. Now you're right in Jordan's wheelhouse. So I'm real interested to see how it plays out. Of course, punching. Jiu-jitsu ain't the same when punches are involved.
They can definitely make the difference. So can we flash back real quick to the amateurs?
Yeah,
I wanted
man,
to
go
talk
for it.
about hold on, where is it? I scrolled past it. Bashmir and Morea. That shit's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Man. So did they settle on a bet? Because I saw Bashmir put a band on it again. and Maria was trying to call his bluff, saying you didn't pay Ben. So once you pay
Yeah, they
him, I'll
didn't bet.
double it.
They didn't bet.
Okay.
Well, technically neither did Ben and Bashmir.
Okay.
Yeah, Ben kept saying like, "No, no, no," and Bashmir was like trying to just say like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah."
Yeah.
But that was slick how Maria played that at the press conference.
How was the
Oh,
press?
Maria had a bunch of good lines.
Yeah, he's got it. You know what I'm saying? Seems to have a lot of it factor.
Yeah, he presents very, very well.
He's a pro for sure.
Yeah.
Nice
Who do you
kid
think
too.
will be the first to shoot?
Johnny never take a shot.
I think we'd see Bash shoot first, to be honest.
John doesn't shoot. Period.
No,
never.
Never has.
Really? I like that. Dude, he thumps, man. His hands are so stiff.
Yeah.
Like he
Them Irish
cracks
boys.
fools.
Them Irish boys over in Daytona, they like to throw the handsies.
The last fight or two, if I remember right, he kept him kind of low, though. He keeps him on his chest. Bashmir's overhand will put your ass to sleep. You got to be really aware of that thing.
Oh, yeah. I think you're going to see a nice technical masterpiece from Moreira, or you're going to see kaboom from Bash at some point.
Moreira's going to have to stay out of the fire a little bit and kind of piece him up, because Bash will get tired later on.
But against Ben, he didn't. I don't know. He might be turning a new leaf.
That's true. He's been
Ben, he looks very good.
Exceptional.
He did.
Recently.
He did.
And whenever Maria fought O'Neal, it started super technical, and then as it got like kind of like slugging it out, but Maria was in there.
It seems like Maria likes to brawl, but he wants to set you up clean and then change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
He's got nice combinations, and he keeps the flow changing good with mixing in those low kicks the way he does. Good hand combos and a low kick here and there. He's got a nice game, but on that third and fourth, sometimes his head doesn't move, and I think that's dangerous against somebody like this.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no one's perfect.
Heck, it's easy to do it. It's easy to say this shit from the phone.
Yeah. Man, who else we got? I see Sierra Krieger's fighting. She's always a fun watch, man. She brings it. She likes to get down.
Yeah, it's a rematch, actually.
How'd it go the first time?
De Petro got a split decision. A really close fight. Was that a draw, Ramsey?
No, it was a split.
Krieger doesn't have a draw on a record.
It was a split, and it was for another promotion.
Oh, okay.
But it's for another promotion.
That's why I don't remember the result.
Yeah, because it doesn't count.
Yeah.
I mean, I remembered it. I can even tell you what promotion and what day, but some of us just have that desire to know as much as possible about the regional MMA scene.
Oh yeah.
Are we talking trash to someone specifically?
That dude's always talking trash. It don't matter who it is.
I'm just bragging about how well versed I am in regional scene. Anyways, carry on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play another little funny reel from the weigh-ins.
Fuck yeah, bro. So you want to be a motherfucking fighter, baby? We got to fight. Let's fucking go.
What are you doing back there?
I'm coming, Jeremy. I'm coming all over you, baby.
I'm coming too, boy. I'm coming too.
Where are my hits?
What's wrong with him?
It's Danny D.
What's wrong with that guy?
Dan needs his own TV show for sure.
Yes, he does. That's hilarious.
Come on, Ben Stark. What else? Give us another one.
I'm scrolling through names I want to talk about. The Jeremy Williams-Hunter Chambers fight should be very good. I like how that one's going to look.
Wonderful
Yeah.
fight.
We haven't really talked about any of the pro fights yet.
Oh, pardon me.
No, which hey, let's get it.
Hell yeah. You know, Hunter Chambers had a very understated record. You know, he started making a comeback in his last one. He's on a winning streak right now. I believe he's training out at Factory X in Denver and then kind of jumping back and forth
Yeah.
to Florida and trains at Smiley's while he's in town, I believe. But he looked super tough in his last fight. He looked fantastic. His back control was excellent. He threatened submissions readily. Jeremy Williams is a submission guy himself, so I'd like to see that exchange, but it might come down to who's more comfortable or more able to impose their striking style in case the grappling kind of cancels each other out.
This one's gonna take cardio and balls, boys.
Yeah, gritty
That's
as hell
what it's
for
gonna come
sure.
down to.
Chambers is gritty as fuck. He doesn't mind getting dirty in there for sure.
Yeah. But Jeremy's so explosive. It's just it's a good fight. I think they're gonna fight for a while. And maybe in the third, somebody's gonna maybe take it over, but I think it's gonna be tit for tat.
I can see it. It looks everything about it says very even.
That fight's amazing for sure.
Yeah.
Can we watch the reel from that fight? Do you have that, Ramsey? The face-off reel from this fight?
Ain't no excuses now, baby. Ain't no fucking excuses now, baby. Let's fucking go
now, pussy.
Hey, I know you're right now, pussy. I didn't
What's
make
up?
weight now.
What's up? You gonna find out.
Let's
Your
fucking
bitch
go.
ass gonna find out tomorrow. What's up? You gonna find out tomorrow.
Fucking sleep tomorrow.
Y'all gonna put some respect on my. I'm not an anti-fighter. I'm not a gimmick fighter.
We're gonna find out, ain't we? Damn it, Jim. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go.
Man likes to put on a show.
Yo, what a genius he is when it comes to these little skits that he puts together for
They all
face-offs.
hit.
Very entertaining.
Yeah, even when I see stuff and I'm like, that one really wasn't that good, it ends up crushing numbers. Yeah, that's
another one.
Like y'all said, it's gonna be a very entertaining fight. I'm really looking forward to it. Interesting. Hunter Chambers came 5 pounds over.
Damn.
And had to cut, but he cut it. I mean, he cut it in like 2.5, 3 hours, right, Richard?
Yeah, I'd say about 3 hours.
It's almost like he came by and was like, "Yo, let me see it though. Just let me not make weight." Because to be able to cut that much weight that fast, and he still looked pretty good.
Yeah, he had to have a bit of water still in him.
Yeah.
You got Cody Cook on this card. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Bro.
Fucking sharp.
Cody Cook versus Latrell White. 2 undefeated bantamweights. That's a big fight. That's a really big fight. I cannot wait to watch that one go down. Latrell has fought I think 8 dudes from Fusion now. I don't know. He's got a crazy number of guys he's fought from Fusion. Jeremy was at Jungle before he came, but now he's at Fusion. But man, it's like this guy is just he just beat someone from there. So there's a little bit of a rivalry going on too. There's a lot going on with this fight, especially both these guys being undefeated.
Latrell's the guy who's like, I'm the Fusion XL Hunter. Give me all of them. I'll put them down. He's that guy?
Yes.
Dude, his hands are thunderous.
Yeah, he definitely hits hard.
Yeah, he's mean.
You fight him, you're gonna know you were in a fight. You're gonna know you was in a fight.
He's mean.
Man, he can submit dudes too. This will be a good fight, man. Cody Cook,
Derek Babcock and Jordan Nash too.
Yeah.
Yeah, between Derek Babcock and Cody, they sold like 100 VIP tickets.
Bro, those two kids have a following. That area of Florida really reps them.
Well, that area of Florida is going to be in Kissimmee tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
100 of them.
It's like 45-minute drives or something like that.
All sitting together. sheesh, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah, buddy. They
Yeah.
roll deep.
What else? Edric Clark and Jacob Toledo, your classic
Couple of
striker,
former amateur champs.
grappler, both former 25 flyweight champs with us. I mean, sheesh, that fight has fireworks written all over it. We tried to make it happen a couple of times. Injuries pop up, things happen, but that's a very interesting fight. You know, the fight, Deerfield Fight Sports Gym has really come up a lot over the last couple of years. You look at guys like Thad Gene, who just won in the quarterfinals of the tournament, used to fight with us as an amateur. I believe he was a champ at some point. I mean, it's just like that gym's on the come up for sure. And then same thing with Dark Wolf. They got a lot of really high level fighters that have come up for the last couple of years. So I'm excited for that fight. I think that fight has fireworks all over it. And I like the little guys when they fight. I like watching the flyweights. They kind of mix it up. They do it all.
Flyweights are the best. They're the best all around fights, in my opinion. And they don't get tired, which is lovely.
Nope.
The Edric Clark had a really good amateur career. He finished a lot of his guys, and he was a spark plug, man. He would throw down. I think, didn't he have like his first loss to Luis Perez?
He beat Luis Perez.
He did. Damn. That's a fucking good W, man.
By decision. It was very impressive. Very impressive. Yeah, Edric continues to improve, but Jacob Toledo, man, his wrestling is insane. And his pace, he has this like just go. I'm just gonna go, and I hope you can keep up. But you know, can't make any mistakes against Edric. Edric is a sharpshooter. His left hand is really nasty.
He can snatch a neck quick.
Yeah, he's very fast. He's very fast. You make a mistake, he'll exploit it.
I want to tell you about the fight I'm most excited for, and that is Cody Judd and Jackson Stanford.
Why
I'm a
that
Cody
fight?
Judd
Heavyweights?
fan. I fucking love Cody Judd. I love him in the back room. I love him in the show.
Hey,
Like he's hilarious. He's nuts. He's a
nuts.
living TV show in the back.
he's a sweet man.
He's a good dude too. He's a really good dude.
Yeah, I mean, he takes risks. That's for
Yes.
sure.
Jackson Stanford, another champ fighting with that. You know, we got so many guys that were champs with us on this pro card. It's pretty cool. You got Cedric, Jackson Stanford, Jacob Toledo, Edric Clark. I'm sure there's more. I'm just naming off my head.
Jackson's
Kevin
that big
Hines.
boy who's always hitting front handsprings and cartwheels after wins, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, his right hand, the humps.
Yeah.
I remember watching him in Orlando. He sparked this dude and just sat him in the corner.
Yeah. Big boy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure,
Trying to
that's
think,
what he's gonna look to do.
What else we have on the amateur side? There's so many good fights on this card.
Every
Trying to think of something.
every fight's good.
Did we talk about Stephanie Stone Cold?
Not yet.
Bro, let me tell you. They got her and her opponent straight up went head to head, and neither one of them wanted to be the one that got pushed back. They go this way, go this way. I got in between them. They faced, come back. They gave it to each other again. That fight's got fireworks written all over it. I don't know what they were saying in Spanish, something about eating. But, bruh, those two are ready to fight. I cannot wait.
Stephanie always brings it. Every
Yeah, I
time
mean,
she likes to sling them.
She's making her debut against a 2-0 girl, right, Richard? Catalina 2-0. Okay.
Is Richard there?
Yes,
sometimes.
yes. Catalina's 2-0.
I thought so. I thought she was 2-0. So not taking an easy fight for her debut.
No. That's a risk.
Heck yeah. But you know, coaches told us they want to fight in May, they want to fight in June, they want to fight keep us busy.
Good.
So
it's the way to do it.
comments.
If you're healthy and you can run it, get in there, run it. You only got youth for so long, You only got so much time. You know, I got, 10 fights over 10 years? Nowadays, you can do that in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Take advantage. You can get to a higher point faster if you stay healthy and you stay in your weight. You know, and when you work in a circuit like ours, where you're holding shows every 3 or 4 weeks on average, the opportunities bring themselves. All you got to do is be ready to say yes.
Any other fights? I'm trying to think. Steven Eric Rodriguez. We talked about the funny part of that fight. But did we talk about the fight itself?
No.
Yeah, Eric, OG with us, fought a ton of times. Steven, we recently met him on Instagram actually through another flyweight, the one that he thought Eric was. Luis Perez actually introduced us to him. But Steven's game got a great record. Isn't afraid to stand and bang. Is very well versed on the ground. And then, you know, Eric has not fought a lot in the past couple of years. I think he's fought maybe once in the past 2 years, Richard, 3 years.
Yeah, I'd say 2 years.
Yeah, so he hasn't been very active. I'm excited to see him make his pro debut. He's definitely ready. Got a lot of fights, and you know he's not taking it easy. He taking this. Steven took the fight on short notice, but a 1-on-1 opponent for your debut.
Yeah, Steven's a great grappler too.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Nash and Babcock for a little bit?
Speak on it.
Babcock is on the run. He's on a hot streak, but it's been a little bit since he fought. He's shown a ton of maturity over his last 2 fights from the 2 before it. You know, as an amateur, he was known as being like a tank, brawling, pushing forward, all hooks and overhands, everything like for the kill, where now he's really kind of dialed in a lot more. He's shown maturity in his ability to control, like, I guess his emotions or how he fights in a less emotional fashion. And we saw in his last 2 that he's grown into a much more technical fighter. While Nash likes to brawl. So this could revert, you know, Babcock back into like his classic brawl it out style. But that might work in Nash's favor. Nash is way longer. He thumps good elbows in the pocket when he actually decides to use them. But I think Babcock's wrestling is going to be the thing that really sets it up. If Nash cannot stop the takedown, Babcock will work to his back. Babcock aims for it. His entire grappling set is to get him there. If he's in front of you, he's pounding your head in, and the second you give him the opportunity to swing behind, he will do it, and he's going for the neck. You know, Nash has got to be really aware of that, as he's had his neck taken before. But if he can keep it dirty and get Babcock to really bang with him in the middle, that's his best chance, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Jordan Nash, he wants to slug it out. And, I mean, I'm just looking at his last few fights. He's fought nothing but absolute studs. And a guillotine, a rear naked, and was it rear naked as well to Cham?
Yeah.
So that is certainly something to be wary of versus a guy that's going to be hunting that.
100%. And then, of course, we have Val making his return. It's been a little while since he's fought, hasn't it?
Like 8-10 months.
Yeah, close to a year.
Smo and Savage ain't no joke. It's a hell of a
I'm
main
going to have to
event.
pill out, but I will holler at you guys.
Take it easy, Hefe.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it looks like it's been just over a year.
26 plus fights. If you don't enjoy the show, hit me up, and I will not get you a refund, but I promise you'll love it. Pay-per-view, get it. We stand by our work. My phone's dying. I was just trying to find a way to segue out, boys. You are professionals. Close the show. See you tomorrow.
Later.
There. They're bailing on us, man.
And then there were 2. So, yeah, it's going to be me and you calling the action tomorrow. There's tons of great fights, and I'm looking forward to a bunch of them. It's been a bit of a long day today, but I'm looking forward to a long day tomorrow.
Oh man, we got what, 27 fights?
Yeah, I believe so. So we're starting early. We're running them starting at 4 o'clock. That pay-per-view is going to go live, and them fights are going to start walking, and we're going to be busy.
Yes, sir. I'm taking off at like 11:30. I should get there right around 2, and then we will get to work.
Yep. So obviously, if you're not, follow us on Instagram, and you're going to see all types of highlights and all of the good reels the guys are putting together all night. If you're not coming to the show, then which tickets are still available through Ticketmaster for this event, but our pay-per-view is available through our website, www.combatnight.com. If you can't make it out, check us out there, where you will hear me and Ben and Miles calling the action all day and all night tomorrow. So
forever.
So, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for checking us out.
Deuces.